Hour, we're focusing on a flurry of activity on the political front in Florida involving politicians at all levels. Florida's governor wrapping up a 5-day trade mission to Italy as we go live tonight to Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders in Tallahassee. And the governor comes home for us to a plate full of business. 2 lawmakers joining the Trump White House, appointments in the works, and special elections on the way.
Yeah, a lot. And I mean, he did a lot overseas as well. I mean, he was talking to the prime minister. He was talking to governors of different provinces out there in Italy. And I mean, basically doing everything he could to strengthen business ties between Italy and Florida. Take a look. Florida's governor out of the office this week. He and more than 80 state officials, including department heads and university presidents, saying ciao to Italy for 5 days.
Buonasera a tutti. Good evening. It's a great honor for me to be here and to introduce the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis.
The trade mission's goal, strengthen business, education, and research ties with a nation already among Florida's top 20 trade partners, accounting for about $4.4 billion annually in bilateral commerce. The agenda was packed. 5 stops, 5 days. Among the highlights, DeSantis met with the Italian prime minister for about an hour. He reportedly pushed for more Italian businesses to invest in the Sunshine State. He helped broker an aeronautics research sharing agreement with Italian universities. He announced the opening of a new international trade office in the country and is helping facilitate talks to create a direct shipping connection between Italy, the Mediterranean, and Jacksonville. But that's not all. The Miami Herald reporting DeSantis attended a private Andrea Bocelli concert with about 200 others. He saw Vatican City, the Ferrari HQ, and more.
So we've got really amazing opportunity to see so many different things. I was talking to a friend of mine who lives here, and he said that usually takes a year to do all those things. I mean, now we're doing it in a week.
Back at home, Florida's chief financial officer, Jimmy Patronis, gave the governor props for the mission trip, saying they can have an impact.
Look, there's a star power that the governor of the state of Florida has. And when he sits down with these different players that want to be in the Florida market, it's exciting. It also creates a front of the line access to getting the type of questions answered that helps make maybe that decision to bring an Italian company to make a much larger investment in the Florida market.
The CFO noted these trips are often public-private partnerships that can help ease taxpayer costs. Even so, DeSantis critics have often derided them as a waste of money for political gain. Friday was no different. Florida Democrats Chair Nikki Fried said in a statement, quote, "I hope Ron's enjoying his taxpayer-funded Italian vacation while Trump picks every Florida man but him for an appointment." And Paul, just like when we were kids in high school, when you come back home, you got a lot of homework to do. Yeah, he's got to set those special elections for the House races. He's got to pick who is going to replace Marco Rubio, the U.S. Senator that just got tapped to be Trump's Secretary of State. So there is a lot on the agenda.
Yeah, that's right, Forrest. And on that topic, what are the timelines for that? Do all of the elections need to happen at once? And will everyone get a chance to vote in them?
So the Senate election, that's not likely to happen until 2026, right? So DeSantis can basically tap someone to sit in that seat until 2026, and then you get someone to basically finish out Rubio's term until 28, then you have the full term election. But those House races, they are moving fast to get those done as soon as possible. There are some deadline concerns, some rules under Florida law and federal law that you have to kind of take into consideration. So we're not really clear as to when those elections are going to take place, but they want to move as fast as possible because you got to remember with those vacancies, DeSantis cannot fill those seats. So that means that there are fewer Republicans in the GOP majority right now, and that's not something that Speaker Mike Johnson wants to have. So they're moving as fast as they can. We just don't know exactly when that's going to happen. We have heard from the Secretary of State's office saying he is moving as fast as possible to get those scheduled, but we haven't heard anything specific yet.
Yeah, power and influence up for grabs in this, and the logistics of putting this all together, these special elections, that's one thing, but you've actually been hearing, I understand today, from fights brewing over who should go for those seats?
Yeah, because you got to remember you have a number of Florida lawmakers that are interested in taking over those spots, right? They might run for some of them. But the problem is they are running into some of those MAGA loyalists, those people in Trump's base who say, hey, you endorsed DeSantis right out of the gate. Why didn't you back our guy who's now going to be the next president of the United States? And so they are going to have to face some of that backlash for not supporting Trump right out of the gate immediately, instead backing DeSantis. So there's still some tension between DeSantis world and Trump world that's now playing out as we get ready for potentially some of these GOP primaries to fill those House vacancies, Paul.
Always interesting. Forrest Saunders live in Tallahassee tonight. Forrest, thank you.